what happened to people trying to de-escalate a situation and help people. That's what's wrong in the world right now, man. People are just so angry. Let's get into this, y'all. Let's check out this. I want to show you guys this clip. Let's kind of wind the week down. We've talked about a lot of different things, for Michael Todd and his response to the media, William Murphy, his response to the media about swag surfing. But let's just wind this down. Check out this KFC employee who, honestly, I think handled her job terribly. Some people say she was getting fired. I didn't really know if it was true or not, but I would think that definitely you would need to get fired for something like this. Completely just not the way to act as an employee. I'm going to show you guys this clip. Let's watch it. We're going to talk about both sides because I feel that both people could have learned something from this, the employee and the customer. But let's check this out.
Excuse me. What you're not going to do is come in here with the attitude.
Okay, well, give me
You asked for what you... I'm not giving you nothing back. We do not do refunds. Once your order is totally out.
Give me my money.
Can you read what it say?
Please give me my money back.
You just give him his food.
No. I give him what he paid for.
Okay.
You ready to order love?
That's not what I asked for. What did I ask for? Did I ask for a rep? Did I ask for a rep? Did I ask for a rep?
They don't know what you asked for.
You keep on getting in my face like that, I knock you down.
No.
I want you to try. Let's go.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Try. We're not finna. Let's go.
No.
We're not finna. I will call the police. We're not
I don't care who it is. I want my money, man.
I want to see you me out, baby.
Okay, hold on. No, go over. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let's go. What's up?
I need you to go. Come on, Al. Yeah, he needs to go. Yeah, he needs to go. You ready, boy?
Okay, so I never understood why people that work for these establishments, 15, 16, 17, even 18 bucks an hour, 20, I'll give it to you, why they defend that place's honor like they are defending their own home that they have children inside of that they need to protect. I mean, this lady was literally willing to fight him, like literally antagonizing him to fight her, came out from behind the counter to further instigate that situation. I know there was a sign there that says no refunds. Now, I'm not sure if the gentleman didn't order the wrap that they were fighting over, or if he saw the wrap, realized that it was just too small and didn't want to pay the high price that he paid and wanted his money back. Now, in that situation, because like I said, we can go back and forth between them because I think they both could have learned something. In that situation, they don't do refunds, and rules are rules. And that's when I'll say, when it comes to those establishments, if you're a customer, you need to adhere to the rules that are there. And I feel that that is one of the problems with customers, because I know customer service can be terrible and we're going to get on that side. But when it comes to customers, I see it a lot. And I've experienced it when I worked in the 9-to-5, era. Customers can be very rude. They can be very impatient. They can be very entitled. And there are rules set in place in the establishment that you walk into. And sorry that you might be having a bad day. Sorry that things might not be going your way. But that is not the employee's problem. I'm literally only here as an employee to provide you a service that I've been hired to give you. Anything outside of that, I cannot do. Now, on her end, she's telling him, I can't give you a refund. He's asking for his money back. I can't give you a refund. He's asking for his money back because on his end, he's saying, I did not order the wrap. I did not order the food that you're giving me. So that makes me think, well, on the employee side, instead of instigating it and instead of raising her voice the way that she did, and I get it, she started off by saying you're not going to be disrespectful. So as back to the customer, man, don't be disrespectful. If you did not want the order that you ordered, just express that, but you can do it politely. You can do it politely. There's ways to handle these kinds of situations. And I'm speaking from experience, not something exactly similar like this, but just recently, Crumble Cookie And my wife and I are still kind of a little bit upset about this, but Crumble Cookie had their lineup out, and we made an order online. They said that was in stock. They had what they needed. It was good. We made an order online and paid for it and drove to Crumble. By the time we got there to pick up our order, I walk in, I say, hey, I'm here to pick up my order. They say, well, we have no more of those items in stock. I said, what? But we ordered and it was in stock. So the order was already in place for a pickup. So I'm thinking that it should have already been prepared, just waiting on the side, not knowing that you were going to keep giving out these products, even though I ordered and paid for it already. So when I realized that there must be a business structure here, that even though I order online, sure, they may receive the order, but it might be like one of those establishments that even though we have online ordering, we do not start making or creating that order until you get here, just to prevent cross contaminants, moving this order from that order, changing it here. And if you don't come to pick up the order, because they've probably had that happen in their business before. So there's a lot of understanding. That's typically what it boils down to. There's a lot of understanding that needs to take place from human to human, from person to person, when we're just out in the world, because the employee needs to understand the customer and the customer needs to understand the employee. But on the employee's end, my question in watching this, even though she was very upset, and yeah, I get it, he might be rude, but there also is training that they go through. See, as customers don't go through training on how to be customers. If you're unemployed and you're just a customer, just out here, just roaming through life, there's no real training on how to be as a customer. That's just home training, whether you had it or you didn't have it. But on the employees end, there's actual customer service training that they're supposed to go through. So she should know how to handle this kind of a situation and that kind of an employee in a more professional manner. And when you don't, what result do you expect to get from a customer who doesn't really have any professional parameters to stay inside when she's on the clock? I would have just said, sir, I can't give you a refund. That's just something I can't do. Like, I can't do that, you know, and she's pointing it out to him. And as a customer, and even as a third person looking at this, I can totally agree with that. And I can definitely understand what, I can't, there's nothing I can do. This is where a part of my job that if I do this, I'm now putting myself at risk. Now, if you didn't want this order, and if there was a mistake in the order, how come no one pulled up a receipt? That could be a possibility that someone made a mistake. Maybe he really did not order a wrap. Maybe what he said, it just wasn't understood or comprehended well. So the person who took his order maybe rung up something differently. Mistakes happen all the time. But pride, man, when people are prideful, this is what it looks like, because everyone wants to be right. The employee is in a position where it's like, no, I did not make a mistake. You did not order that. He's looking back, trying to get confirmation from other people. Like, did you hear me order a wrap? I didn't order a wrap. But no one's pulling up the receipt. No one's trying to solve the issue. Everyone's just fighting back and forth. So you have two people fighting back and forth, but no one's really giving the solution. But in my humble opinion, I believe that it's the employee's job and duty to provide the solution to the customer. So you can't give me a refund. I get that, but I can possibly give you a different meal. I can possibly find you a meal or give you something that is still within the price range that you paid. You might have to pay a little bit more or whatever, but what happened to people trying to de-escalate a situation and help people? That's what's wrong in the world right now, man. People are just so angry. I don't understand why people are so angry. They're mad. You go to establishments, you're greeted terribly. Customer service is terrible. You're at work, the employees are being treated terribly. So that's probably why it's trickling down. The customers get terrible customer service because the employees are getting terrible treatment on the job from their executives, from their higher ups, from their management and supervisors. So it's interesting. It's almost like it's a domino effect, but this is terrible, man. Like I said, some people say she got fired, and I think that is the right course to take, because you have to think about it. What a lot of people don't think, because you're so prideful and because we can be so prideful at times, they think that they're big and bad and they're above reproach and above correction or any consequences. So they just act out any kind of way, but you can't do that because now you lose your job. Now you're without a job. Because you're representing KFC. You're representing this establishment. So no, as an employee, you do not get to just act any way that you want. You do not just get to behave any way that you want. And I understand customers don't get to come in and be disrespectful. But on the employee side, just saying this, you have to understand too that when you take a job like that, those are the parts of the job that might not be peaches and cream, but you still have to deal with them. And if you don't like it, you got to find another job. But even then, you might deal with it somewhere else. But there's always going to be something that we have to deal with. But I feel that everyone is entitled in the world. So it's like everyone is like, I'm not dealing with nothing. And I'm not going to deal with this person and that. So everyone's just fighting and bickering instead of just trying to come together and look, let me just get an understanding here. Let me help you out. Let me just help you out. You know what I mean? Even the gentleman in the back, he was even trying to step in and say, hey, can you just give him the money back, or can you just help him out, man? And she was like, no. It's like, but it didn't seem like she was in the position of an employee trying to help. It seemed like as if she was defending her own honor or something. You know what I mean? Like, why are you that escalated? The lady there next to her, we can watch it one more time. The lady there right next to her was just so calm and collective. So it's like, how did you get to that point? And I know she said you're not going to come in here being disrespectful, but from the beginning clip here, it didn't really seem like he was being as, harsh as she was being. It didn't really seem like he was being as disrespectful as maybe she was being, but it just didn't make sense why she rose to that level, especially given the position that she's in, representing the company that she's representing while she's on the clock. Let's run this back one more time.
Excuse me. What you're not gonna do is come in here with the attitude.
Okay, well, give me
You asked for what you. I'm not giving you nothing back. We do not do refunds. Once your order is totally out. Can you read what it say?
Makes sense. I just got it. I just realized it. So there must have been something that took place where he became disrespectful, so she was already on the defense. The moment she took defense, I was no longer interested in serving you as a customer. Customer service is out the door. So that's exactly what took place. So even when he's like, okay, you're not going to come be disrespectful or whatever the case may be, then he said, okay, then give me my money back. And then from there, nope, you're not getting nothing. It was like, I'm not going to help you anymore because the disrespect already took place. Well, what do I do then, Rob? What do I do then? What do I do then? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The initial reaction is to do what this lady did, is to really defend yourself, step up and be like, bro, I'm not going to be ran over and I'm tired of this. I don't care about this job or what this job does. I'm tired of it. I get that. That's humane. That's normal. We all get to a breaking point where we just can't take it anymore. But you still got to learn how to control it. It just is what it is. I'm going to be honest. I understand that it happens. Hey, it happens to me sometimes too. But that doesn't mean I just keep on doing it because I have to get to a point where I realize that I have to control it. Just like I said about my situation with Crumble. I didn't even disrespect that lady. I didn't get mad. I didn't get upset because it's like, bro, I already paid for this order and you said it was ready for pickup and I get here and nothing was created. And not only was nothing created and it wasn't ready for pickup, you gave my items to other people. So now you don't even have them in stock anymore to give to me for an order that was already paid and processed. Even with all that logic and even with knowing all of that and the principle of that whole matter, I still did not get upset. Even though that initially internally, bro, I was bothered. And it was something my wife really wanted. And I didn't want to, go back to her and say, hey, look, we don't have it, because they're sold out. We took this drive for no reason. So internally I was upset, but I didn't allow that to surface on the front, you know what I mean, on the forefront. I didn't allow it to come out and affect other people and go off on her and get upset at her and then her get upset at me. And then now we have this back and forth debacle where now it's recorded and it's all over the internet. Yeah, no, didn't want that to be the case. Let's finish this out, man.
You just give him his food.
No, I give him what he paid for.
Okay.
You ready to order love?
That's not what I asked for. What did I ask for? Did I ask for a rep? Did I ask for a rep? Did I ask for a rep?
They don't know what you asked for.
You keep on getting in my face like that, I knock you down.
No.
I want you to try.
No.
Let's go.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Try. We're not finna. Let's go.
No.
We're not finna. I will call the police.
I don't care who it is. I want my money, man.
I want to see you be out, baby.
Okay, hold on. No, go over.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Let's go.
She didn't want that smoke. Just keeping it real. I don't even know why people would step up to situations where it would just end badly for him. But the reality of it is, man, when I go back and realize what took place here, when he was even just saying, let me just, when the gentleman came in and said, hey, can you just give him his money back or give him his food, give him what he wanted? And she's like, no, I give him what he paid for. You know what I mean? And he's saying, that's not what I paid for. Let's run that back.
Paid for.
Okay.
You ready to order love?
That's not my money.
Okay, you just give him his food.
No. I give him what he paid for.
Okay.
You ready to order love?
Yeah, see, can you just give him his food then? Nope, I can give him what he paid for. So it was already the pride of, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to give that to you. And then he moves to the point where he threatens her and kind of says, hey, you know, if you keep getting in my face like that, now let's run this part back.
You keep on getting in my face like that, I'll knock you down.
Oh, no.
I want you to try. Let's go.
So instead of her doing all that, I want you to try. Back to what I said earlier, that there's things set in place at these establishments. There's typically a sign at these establishments that also say we have the right to refuse service to anyone. Refuse the service if you really felt disrespected as an employee from a customer. It's not that you just have to take everything from the customer. It's not that you just have to endure it all. There are things set in place by companies that prevent you from being able to have to deal with that. So refuse the service. But fighting him back and instigating it further and then getting involved with him in a potential quarrel is definitely not the way to behave. It's like, and these are adults, man. That's the scary thing that I've always realized and thought about as even I've gotten older, is that these are adults that are acting like this in public. These aren't even children doing this. More and more and more do I see grown adults, tax-paying individuals behaving this way in public. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. And I do not understand how this happens. Is it home training, lack thereof? Where do you learn this stuff from? Because something's got to change and something's got to give. Because if not, bro, you're just going to have a world of people just fighting back and forth because everyone's prideful and everyone's got a point to prove. I'm the big one. I'm the bad one. You will not disrespect and you will not do. I used to have that much anger where I felt like I needed to step over someone and really scream over them and let them know what they wouldn't do to me. But in reality, they did do it to me. Because that's why they got that type of a reaction out of me, because you did offend me. I'm saying you're not going to disrespect me. Well, you did disrespect me because I responded in anger and frustration and started fighting. Well, that's what the devil wants. That's what the enemy wants. Instead of walking away, turning the other cheek. I got the right to refuse service to you, man. Just get up out of here. I'm not giving you the food. I'm not giving you the refund. And if you keep acting crazy, I'm calling the cops. You can go to jail. Who wins now? Just simple as that, man. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. I appreciate it if you guys stayed as long per usual. To the next one, guys. I'm out.